Yo 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 yo.
Jess is running a little late. What up, Loren, LoRosa?
Good morning.
It's Tuesday. How you feeling, Loren?
I feel good. I was out a little late last night, so my morning got a little late start, but it was for good reasoning.
You didn't go to court though.
No, I went to check out the Clips new album yesterday.
Oh, how was that?
We're gonna talk about it, but I was really inspired.
You got any joints? Did you take any joints? Did you record any joints? Did you secretly record? Do we have anything?
No, you cannot secretly record. I did not take any music. That was a part of the deal in being there.
Okay.
Because the album Let God Sort 'Em Out doesn't drop until July 11th.
Okay.
But we are going to talk about as much as I can talk about. And what I will tell you is that, man, Def Jam, who let them go?
Yeah, Def Jam let them go.
So stupid.
Messed it up.
That was what? I don't understand how these label things work.
Well, it's probably because they were being sued and didn't want more of the headache. But, I mean, you got to let an artist be an artist. And the Clips is one of those groups that you don't let go.
If you're going to let an artist be an artist or artists, multiple be artists, that is one group that you leave alone and let do it. It was when I tell you I listened to a masterpiece of work of art. I was so inspired, and I'm not even a rapper. I was like, I gotta do better in life because I want to affect people like this many years.
So you wanted to rap after this? You thought about dropping a 16?
You know what? I might have had a mixtape ready last night.
Oh my goodness!
No, I just
salute to the Clips.
Just in life in general, it's just inspiring to see people who are so passionate and are actually creators.
Yes.
And it come together. It always comes together for them, but it was inspiring. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my words together before we get there.
And they're very artsy, so it'll be the video, the outfits, the clothing, everything will have a particular meaning. And did you get the record with Jay-Z? Did you? I'm just asking if you heard it.
I don't know no record with Jay-Z.
Did you hear the record with Kendrick?
I heard the record with Kendrick because we know that there's a record with Kendrick.
Did you hear the record with Hov?
I don't know about a record with Jay-Z.
Yo, shut up, man. You're bad. I'll never use you as my poker player.
Can't. First of all, I don't even play poker, so you're not worried about that. But we know about the record with Kendrick because of the conversations they've been having in GQ and all these other places, but I don't know of any other features.
Okay, all right. Well,
yeah.
Yep, exactly. So salute to all the people out there that have puppies, because I'm in this puppy phase and I didn't really want dogs, but the kids and my wife wanted dogs, and these dogs are whooping my ass. I'm getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to walk these dogs. It's crazy. And the rain is just disrespectful. Like, enough's enough. Like, when do they actually learn not to pee in the house? That's the phase that I need. Because getting on my knees, pause, and cleaning up this pee every morning is disrespectful at 3 in the morning.
You get on your knees is disrespectful. Don't act like. Why would you even? I'm honestly walk yourself into things.
I know, but that's how it is. People know you got to get in their crate and do it. And anyway, let's get the show cracking.
Get down and dirty on them knees.
Shut up. Arnez J will be joining us this morning. Arnez J is a comedian. He has a new special, Not Gonna Stop. It's streaming on YouTube right now, so we'll be kicking it with Arnez J. And let's get the show cracking. We got front page news when we come back. Jess will be here in a second. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. And Charlamagne is off today, y'all. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious. Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here. Let's get in some front page news. Happy birthday to Kendrick Lamar. Today is actually Kendrick Lamar's birthday, so drop a bomb for Kendrick Lamar. But let's get in some front page news. Last night in sports, OKC beat the Pacers 120-109. So they lead the series 3-2. What's up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, how you feeling on a Tuesday? Good. Love to hear it. Okay, first on front page, President Trump says Iran wants to talk about the de-escalation with Israel. Now, speaking at a G7 summit in Canada, Trump said he gave Iran a 60-day window to bargain with the U.S. over their nuclear capabilities. And Israel attacked on the last day that deal or that window expired. President Trump says Iran is not in strong position right now. Let's take a listen to his comments on Iran.
They'd like to talk, but they should have done that before. It's painful for both parties, but I'd say Iran is not winning this war.
He added he's heard through intermediators Iran is interested in pulling back aggressions. The president also said he thinks Iran wants to talk because Israel's doing so well right now. Meanwhile, President Trump is back in the States this morning after leaving that G7 summit in Canada early and boarding Air Force One to return home. The president said his departure was due to the conflict between Israel and Iran, and that he wanted to focus on the matter now that G7 summit was 3 days and it's supposed to end, I believe, tomorrow. Summit attendee French President Emmanuel Macron, he told reporters that he heard Trump was leaving to work on a ceasefire proposal, but Trump fired off on social media insisting that Macron had no idea why he was returning to Washington, but certainly said it has nothing to do with a ceasefire. Trump did not take questions when he touched down at Joint Base Andrews this morning.
Now, Morgan, quick question. And you were talking about Iran and Israel. Do we know? I know they said about 250 to 300 people died so far. Are they civilians or is that military? Is it just,
I do not have.
Okay.
I do not have the exact numbers as to who.
Because I was just wondering if they were just aiming directly at military bases and places that they thought nuclear weapons were going to be made.
I do believe some civilians are included in those numbers, MV. I was going to say it's not just one or the other. I believe that would be a joint number regarding both civilians and military, but I do not have exact. I don't have the exact numbers per se to those fatalities and but it is on the rise, to your point. Elsewhere at the G7, President Trump says he says the U.S. has signed a trade deal with the United Kingdom. Now, Trump made those announcements with UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer at the G7 summit in Canada. He called it a fair deal for both, and the two celebrated the new trade agreement and showed the signed documents to reporters. Let's take a listen to their comments.
We just signed it, and it's done. And so we have our trade agreement.
A very good day for both of our countries, a real sign of strength. So thank you again, Donald. A really important day for both of us.
Great people, great people.
So the exact terms of that deal were not disclosed, and I also think it's important to also note that President Trump warned on social media, Truth Social, back to the original story in Iran and Israel, that there should be an immediate evacuation of Tehran. Israel has also issued an evacuation alert for residents northeast of Tehran. So just keep you guys posted as to what happens on the presidential front and as far as international affairs go. And one more story really quickly before we go into the next hour. The Army does not feel like Saturday's military parade did not provide much damage to D.C. streets. Now, an Army spokesperson says the assessment following the parade is not showing any serious damage to the parade
because nobody was there
or the staging area. They're talking about the tanks on the streets, but the Army credits the lack of damage due to protective steps taken before the parade, including rubber pads and tanks, rubber pads on tank tracks and steel plates in several areas. But the National Park Service and Federal Highway Administration says tests for those streets for underground damage is underway for the next few weeks. So they won't really truly know for a little while now. But I'll keep you posted on that. But the Army says, nah, we ain't do it.
Yeah, well, they were thinking military equipment and all the millions of people that was supposed to be there. But just military equipment and 2 people, there ain't that much damage.
No, I literally watched the street crumble under the tanks, you know, but I'm not going. Yeah, I mean, you could see the cracks in the streets, and it's really sad because, DC streets, we can't catch a break anyways. At the 7 o'clock hour, we'll get into what's going on with ICE because you already know there's the drama. So stick around.
Let me find out Morgan was the only person there watching that in the parade. She was the only one out there watching it.
We did a little drive-by, but we wasn't just sticking around. No, we wasn't going to.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Jess is here. What up, Jess?
What's up? I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good
morning.
Good. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up right now. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up now, 800-585-1051.
Not just me, I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Leroy from Florida. How y'all doing this morning?
Leroy from Florida. What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Actually, my sister has a luxury handbag company called KentrailsPosh.com. Spelled KANTRELLS.com, and I want to send you guys some handbags.
Okay. Oh, nice. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So if y'all could, man, plug her website. It's called KentrailsPosh.com, okay?
We'll definitely check it out. We'll put you on hold. Charlamagne's favorite color is pink, so make sure you send him a pink one.
We got pink bags.
All right.
Oh, I know that's right.
Have a good one.
All right.
Hello, who's this?
Sonia.
Hello?
Hey, Sonia.
Good morning.
It's Sonia.
Hey, Sonia, get it off your chest.
I just have a really big problem, I guess I'm still sounding like I'm repeating myself, but Jess keeps calling the orange guy Donald Trump the president, and everybody else on the news channels are just calling him Donald Trump. Like, are y'all proud of him?
Girl, listen. He the president of the United States. It's okay.
He is not the president.
He is. I don't know who he is then. What you think he is?
He's the president.
You know what I mean? It ain't about riding with him. It ain't about none of that. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
it isn't what it is. He's told you 2 or 3 times that he's stolen the election. Y'all sound real ignorant.
Baby, you just sound just like you don't want to face reality. He is the president. Have a good day, baby girl. Don't worry about what I call him. He is the president of the United States. If you don't like it, you got to move. You got to just move out the country. I don't like it either, but I'm not running away from the fact that Donald Trump is our president. That's what it is.
Damn, she hung up. She banged on y'all.
She'll be all right.
She banged on y'all.
She was so mad.
She mad at me.
She was mad at you.
Yeah. Madder at me than the damn president.
She should be mad at Morgan. Morgan's one of those front page.
Exactly. Be mad at Morgan.
Call back and be mad at Morgan. We'll let you call back. Hello, who's this?
Gosh.
This is Jamel Scott.
Hey, Jamel, get it off your chest, brother.
How you doing? I'm a principal down in Yonkers at Barack Obama School for Social Justice.
Okay.
I want to give a shout out to all the educators, all the students that's about to graduate. My youngest just graduated from daycare, so now all my children are in elementary school, middle school, and high school.
There you
so
go.
it's just a blessing, and I just want to say, enjoy y'all summer, and we're almost there, y'all.
All righty, brother. Have a good one. I still got a pre-K, so I still got another year to go.
Oh, man, one more.
One more year to go. But have a good one, brother.
You too, man.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
What's going on, man? My name's Savon Lewis, man, out of Columbus, Ohio.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Man, I just want to say, man, right now I'm headed to work, man. I'm a union electrician, and I want to give a shout out to all the men heading to work right now. Man, happy belated Father's Day soon. Our dad wasn't nothing, man, but we got great dads out here. We got great fathers out here, man. I don't want to be here to seem like all black people, all black fathers ain't in their kids' life, because that's not true. Feel me? My dad was nothing, but hey, we got great men out here. I got a kid on the way, and I'm gonna be a great father myself.
Amazing.
Keep grinding, y'all.
All right, brother.
That.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is James calling from North Carolina.
What's up, James? Get it off your chest, brother.
Yeah, Andy, I wanted to ask you, man. On your Friday mixes, you do back in the day type stuff, right?
Old school, yep. Throw it back sometimes. What you want to hear?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you if you do like a theme, like a positive theme from the old school, like play stuff like Optimistic by Sounds of Blackness or Sins, Don't Be a Fool.
You know what?
You know what I mean? Or with that Black Man United, you will know.
Okay, let's do this. I'm not going to do that Friday, but I'll do it for Thursday. For Juneteenth. I'll do that for you on Thursday for Juneteenth.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. And big ups to Victoria Monet and Usher on that SOS song. That joint's a banger.
All right, brother. But I got you on Thursday, and I'll shout you out, Jay.
Okay. All right, thanks, man.
All right, brother.
Man said, wait.
Hello, who's this?
This is Mo D, man, out of Lansing, Michigan.
What's up, Mo D? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I want to get off my chest to a certain demographic. If you were born in the 70s, raised in the 80s, hustled in the 90s, and bling-blinged in the 2000s, you part of the greatest generation of entrepreneurs alive today.
I believe I rock with you. There was no better time than in my opinion, in the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s.
Absolutely. So we at that age now to where we done reached that 40-year-old mark to where we know we got a president that's a businessman. Mm-hmm. And one of the first rules of business is that in business, it ain't personal. I think we need to get with Dr. John Hope Bryant, Dr. Claude Anderson, Dr. Boyce Watkins, and Big Meech, and get everybody together and let's hold us an entrepreneurs conference.
Okay.
I like the diversity.
I like that. Big diversity. John O'Brien and Big. I ain't mad at you. All right, brother.
That's right. That's a conference. We need to get all the hustlers that ain't nothing but entrepreneurs together and we need to sit down and talk and figure this business out.
Okay. He from Michigan, too, so that's why he
Okay.
said he missed you.
Absolutely.
All
Man
right.
from Michigan, baby.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, you too.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now, we got the latest with Loren coming up.
We are talking about R. Kelly. His team has filed documents alleging that he overdosed while in solitary confinement. Y'all
Is he
know?
alive?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
So what we know, he is alive, but it's a lot to talk about because y'all know his team is also saying that prison officials are trying to take him out of here allegedly.
Yeah.
This is their they're pointing to this to say here's another instance of what we were telling y'all about.
Wow. All right. We'll get to that next. Don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fat.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Okay, so this news is actually breaking right now. Shout out to Ball Alert, who was the first outlet that we saw actually posted it. But last night, R. Kelly's team filed an emergency filing. I received the filing a little bit after midnight. So I believe that's why it's breaking right now, is because outlets are waking up. So in the emergency filing, they allege that R. Kelly was giving an additional dose of medication by prison staff. And they're alleging that because of that additional medication that he was instructed to take and that he actually took, he suffered a overdose. So they say that R. Kelly woke up allegedly on June 13th and he felt faint. He was dizzy. He started to see black spots. He got up and he fell. He crawled to the door of the cell and he lost consciousness then. At that point, he was placed on a gurney. He was taken by ambulance to a nearby hospital because they tried to take him to the hospital inside of or associated with the facility that he's in, but they couldn't help him, so they took him to an outside hospital. In that outside hospital, on the way to the outside hospital, his team alleges that it was overheard someone in the ambulance from the hospital say this is going to open a whole new can of worms. R. Kelly's legal team then alleges that once he got to the hospital, it was then revealed that he had been giving an overdose quantity of medicine. He was in the hospital for some days, and this was within 2 days of that original filing where his legal team is alleging that prison officials are trying to take him out of here. Now, they say in addition to this incident, this overdose, right, they're also pointing to the fact that R. Kelly allegedly has been asking for months to get some medical attention to a swollen leg. R. Kelly's legal team says that once he was taken to the hospital for this overdose situation, R. Kelly brought up the swollen leg, and they allege that doctors there then took a look at the swollen leg and they found blood clots in R. Kelly's right leg, allegedly, in his left leg, in his lungs, allegedly. And R. Kelly's legal team is saying that R. Kelly was then told he should stay 7 days in that hospital for surgery, and then it would be an additional 2 weeks because of whatever care they were going to need to give him. But his legal team alleges that once the prison was contacted, R. Kelly was then removed against his will by guards from the prison and was not allowed to be treated. And they are saying that basically this could kill him because of the blood clots and the care that they are alleging he is not receiving. Now, they do say that all of this can be proven. They say that the things with him getting to solitary confinement and taking that additional medicine allegedly will be on prison cameras. They say on prison cameras you will see R. Kelly arrive to solitary confinement. When you arrive there, because he takes medicines already for anxiety and sleep and other things, you have to show your medicine to guards, which they say is on camera. And then they say you will see the additional medicine being brought to R. Kelly on camera as well. And that the stuff at the hospital with the clots and not being treated, all of those accusations, they say can also be proven via hospital records. So they filed this emergency motion trying to bring light to this, to the same court that they are saying, hey, all this other stuff is happening. We're telling you he needs to be released because it is not
But
safe
why?
for him.
Why does R. Kelly and his team feel like the feds are trying to kill him? Because he's not coming out until what, December 21st, 2045. He received 30 years in federal prison. So why does he think they're killing him? What does R. Kelly know that makes the feds want to kill him?
So, according to R. Kelly's legal team in the first filing, and they reiterated in this one, that whole plot to uncover the fact that there were things that were done wrong when it came to, remember I talked about like the flipping of the witnesses and all these things that they're alleging happened. Basically, they're saying the government and the prison officials have been covering up the fact that they did whatever they needed to do to convict R. Kelly allegedly. And his new legal team, in trying to file for other things, discovered that and brought it in a plan to bring it to light, and they found out. So this is all a way to cover that up. That is what R. Kelly's team is alleging.
Is it just me, or wasn't there a videotape of R. Kelly having sex with an underage girl? Did we not all they're not arguing that did not happen, right? What they're arguing is that when Azriel Clary, who was one of the major witnesses in R. Kelly's cases, and there's another woman who was also another witness in the Chicago case, that the way that they came about being those star witnesses was illegal. That's what R. Kelly's team is alleging. Like, they used an informant to flip these women who were not going to be witnesses. They used emails and phone calls from R. Kelly allegedly to another woman to then they gave it to this informant. The informant goes to these, ex-girlfriends or whatever they were at the time of R. Kelly's, and gets them upset and makes them want to testify, and that is illegal. But R. Kelly's team does know that they were selling them R. Kelly porn tapes like the Nintendo Switch 2, like crazy outside of clubs back in the day.
R. Kelly's
all over the place on Canal Street and like crazy. Like, we all seen the tape.
Trying to figure out why he wasn't.
It was illegal to see the tape, but mad people seen the tape.
R. Kelly's legal team knows everything we know because we all watched that case play out in public, and not public, but like we followed it, and they have still filed this, and they also point to the fact that the government called the first filing, because remember I was like, yo, this is like a movie. They're saying that this man inside is supposed to take him out, and they're like, people call this theatrics and a fantasy, but here is something that we can prove via hospital records and jail video allegedly. So so that is what's happening right now with R. Kelly, and the news is breaking literally right now. So
now, I just have one last question. What's the probability that because of all this that they will get R. Kelly out early? Because his date is December 21st, I think, 2045.
I can't. I'm not a judge. I can't answer that. But I mean, if they can prove something like this with videos and things of that nature, a judge would have to consider some sort of like safety something, because he's locked up and he's going to do his time. But like, you can't. If this is actually happening, which it's very far fetched, but if it is actually happening, you do have to have a conversation about like safety and the way he's being treated.
Right.
But he's not going to come home.
No.
I don't know what will happen, but there will have to be like you can't ignore it is what I'm saying. So I don't know what will happen, but obviously you won't be able to ignore something like this if it is proven to be true.
No, he's not going to come home. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm just telling y'all what just happened.
And
what
the
I got in my
pedophile
email.
sign in front of his yard would be, oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Oh, like how you have to let the people know in the community.
Yeah, you got to put sign. Wow, his sign would be crazy.
Yeah,
he got to get his own block. Get his own community.
He'd be banned from McDonald's.
Yeah, all of that. Especially the Playhouse ones.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. And comedian Arnez J will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. What's that? Oh, and also, Charlamagne is out today. So if you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, you can get on them phone lines right now. 800-585-1051. Whoever it is, it could be your boss, your coworker, your neighbor, somebody you seen on the street. It could be us. It could be the president. It could be your congressman. It doesn't matter who it is. 800-585-1051. Give whoever you want Donkey today. Call us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. LoRosa's here. Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, OKC beat the Pacers 120-109. OKC leads this series 3-2. Now, I don't know if you was listening, Morgan, but during Get It Off Your Chest, somebody was mad that you called Donald J. Trump the president.
Yeah,
And then she tried to blame me. It was you. She tried to blame me. I guess it's the DMV
Why would you
thing.
call the president by his title? Oh, man, I don't know.
Right. Whether we agree or not. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I try not to get too much onto my personal, but that's the man's title, so that's what we're going to go with.
I'm just joking. What's up? What we talking about?
Meanwhile, President Trump is ramping up ICE raids, which have sparked major protests in Los Angeles and other major cities around the U.S. On Sunday, Trump announced that he is directing his administration to use every resource possible on mass deportation efforts. He mentioned increasing enforcement actions in cities like Los Angeles, Chicago, New York, and other cities that he considers the, quote, core of the Democrat power center. Now, this comes as 38 people have been arrested in connection with the No Kings protest that took place over the weekend on Saturday in downtown Los Angeles, California. LA Mayor Karen Bass has this message after more than a week of straight protests. Let's take a listen.
My message to Angelenos is that we have to stand together. My message as mayor is that I respect and honor our tradition here, which is we are a city of immigrants. And I think, frankly, that is our strength.
So President Trump continues to defend his use of the military in LA, saying if the National Guard wasn't on call and ready, then the protesters would rip LA apart. Now, 35 arrests on Sunday were for violating curfew. One person was arrested for failing to disperse, another for resisting arrest, another for resisting, obstructing, or delaying an officer. The LAPD says protests remained peaceful for most of the day. That was on Saturday. Since June 7th, the LAPD has arrested about 561 people in connection with ongoing protests against federal immigration raids. Now, 12 officers have suffered injuries during that time as well. So
now
we'll continue.
I do have a question. I see it says as of June 1st, they said ISIS picked up 51,000 people. I wonder how that affects the economy, right? Because they're not just picking up people from jail. They're picking up people from their jobs. They're picking up people that are working.
Right.
They're people that
from their homes,
people that have
are
committed to America. So I wonder how that affects economies in different places.
We're going to see how that tends to impact us economically, probably over the course of the next, few months. But to your point, Envy, you're seeing a lot of people being picked up on their workplace, and a lot of people who are not going to work because they're fearful, or not going to schools, or not even participating in extracurriculars with their kids. It's happening here in the DMV as well. Football games and soccer games that parents are afraid to go to, extracurricular activities that parents are afraid to go to because of ICE raids and these ICE raids, and they're pulling up, not identifying themselves, which brings me to my next story. California lawmakers are introducing new legislation aimed at making law enforcement officials, including federal agents, provide better identification and not hide their faces with things like masks. U.S. Attorney for Massachusetts, Leah Foley, has some comments on that. Let's take a listen.
Federal agents and their children are being threatened, doxxed, and assaulted. That is why they must hide their faces.
So the decision by California lawmakers follows ongoing protests across the country, as previously mentioned. The bill aims for more transparency and public safety. Lawmakers also say it takes away the idea of what they call secret police. It may face an uphill battle as federal agents, including ICE agents, typically work under federal immigration law and not state law, which brings me to the next story. In New York, Mayor Eric Adams was asked about all of this. How do you feel about working with ICE on which type of matters are you working with ICE? And, initially when we started talking about these ICE raids, Eric Adams took the stance where he was like, I'm just, we're not going to be involved. We're not going to work with ICE. But now he's saying that he will, in fact, in the city, will work with ICE on criminal matters, not civil matters. Let's take a listen.
We do not in any way collaborate with civil enforcement. We're going to always collaborate with criminal actions.
Of course, as previously mentioned, Trump announced he is directing his administration to use every resource possible on mass deportation efforts, and also mentioned New York, LA, and other cities in those comments. And if I can, before I go, Vance Bolter, the man who was on that killing spree, or to an extent, in Minnesota, he has officially been charged in federal and state court over the murder of Minnesota lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband. Bolter appeared in federal court on Monday, charged with multiple crimes, including stalking, murder with a firearm, and fire offenses. He also faces multiple counts of second-degree intentional murder and attempted murder in state court, where a Minnesota judge ordered Bolter's bail to be set at $5 million. So that's your front page news. Continue to follow us on socials at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. You can find me on social at Morgan Media. Thank you so much, y'all.
All right, boo.
I do have one question, Morgan, before we go.
Let's get to it.
So the shooter that you just spoke about, who killed 2 people and wounded 2 other people, shot 2 other people, right?
Yes.
How the hell do they give him a bond of $5 million? He killed 2 people, right? And he shot 2 other people. They gave him a bond of $5 million, right? Not to compare left and right.
Yeah.
Did he is accused of doing a bunch of crazy-ish.
Yes.
They got no bond. This guy killed 2 people, dressed up as a police officer, shot 2 others, and got a $5 million bond?
Right.
Guess what? Racist! I just want to say that. I just want to say that because that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And that's your front page news. This is America.
All right.
y'all.
Wow. When we come back, Arnez J will be joining us. Comedian Arnez J. He has a new special. Not gonna stop streaming on YouTube now, and we're gonna kick it with the OG when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building who's starting ish already.
A legend.
Ladies and gentlemen, Arnez J, comedian. What's up, brother?
Thank you, man. Paying homage to all of y'all. God is great.
I realize why you're such a good comedian. You are a very observant person. As soon as you came in the room, you observed the whole surroundings.
You saw that?
Absolutely.
That's right. Absolutely. I teach my crew, Team Nezzy, I scan wherever I go. And maybe that was because I grew up fighting all my life. I scanned. I mean, my first day of school, I'm thumping. And that's, I'm out the Poke Bean Projects out of Florida. So,
oh man,
wow,
yeah.
I'm straight out of Poke Bean.
Yeah. And you was there when it was really the Poke Bean Project.
Right there?
Yeah,
that's the one hit a quitter right there.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't a big dude, but
yeah,
you just can't whoop my ass and not see me the next day. And say, hey, man, about yesterday. Oh, no.
You back at it.
I lost. I got to get even.
That's right.
I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad.
But you grew up, Poke Bean Projects is notorious. And I mean, the era you grew up in was really, really notorious.
Yeah, I was, matter of fact, I was in between Sistrum and all the way across my whole family, across 135th, at 95th Avenue and all that. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah,
you seen some things.
That's right.
I could have had a lot of hatred in my life, but I don't. I'm not an evil person. I'm not a mean person. I love life, whether you light skin or not. Puerto Rican or not, whatever. Dominican.
Yeah, you looked at everybody and got it right. He Puerto Rican, he Dominican.
I am not Dominican. I am black. I don't need to keep joking. I am fully black.
You black now because of the election? Are you black? Are you black? Come on now. Come on now.
I'm always black.
Come on in. Okay.
See.
Okay. I usually wear a jacket when I come to school because you never know how cold it is. You mind if I take off my jacket?
Yeah, do you think?
Okay, because I'm,
stay for a while.
It's 85 degrees in New York. Yeah, stay for a while.
Let me take it off sexy. You don't mind? Wait. Now this is what, if everybody in here was gay, you mind if I take my jacket off? No, and it don't go all the way. You just stare at you for a minute. Look at me, Charlamagne.
Well, happy Pride.
Well, thank you. Damn.
See what I'm saying? You walk right into that.
I walked right there.
You don't wish no straight man happy Pride, man.
You know what? Y'all are projecting good energy for me.
You trying to get them handcuffs off, man. You reminiscing about being in Poke Bean Project.
I did see you get chased once. I advised. Unless you want a reenactment.
He took off too. He fast.
Man, let me tell you something. When I saw him, this is the other thing come out my mouth. This gone.
That's right.
And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that word, but I'm like, this.
Observation.
Yeah.
Observation.
You scan the streets.
Oh,
you missed every car. You missed every car when you dipped and dabbed.
That's right.
Sure did.
And see, a lot of people, and it reminded me of me when I did, and a lot of people don't know this, when I did the Eazy-E video. A lot of people thought.
Which one?
The Compton City G's.
Wow. That's what this record, the Dre.
Exactly, but everybody thought that was A.J. Johnson because he did the first one with Drake. No, that was me that did that because you would have been able to tell the difference just by the speed that I was running. They told me to slow down. Remember the scene when it was running through the park and the dog was chasing me? They told me to slow down. I said, dude, I'm an athlete. I ran track. Y'all got your pants low.
And you play baseball.
And I play baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm watching you run in the park. Oh, you running pretty fast now. I'm watching
I
you
tried
run in the
to
park.
tell
You see Compton City G's video?
I did, but I had to see it. I had to see it again. You running pretty fast.
I had to hold my hat.
I seen you holding your
Dude,
hat.
you know, just like a famous person in the hood said they were running a 4.240.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, if you don't stop, and I love both him, Kevin, myself and Kat had a race.
For real?
Real talk.
In real life?
Real life.
Where? Tell us
I
this
think we were in Cleveland getting ready to do a show.
How did this race happen?
I'm just saying.
Who was talking?
We
trash?
had a race.
Okay.
I'm the oldest. Woo!
What year was this?
It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. This is in Jesus' logbooks. It don't matter.
And you won.
I'm just letting you know they didn't.
So you ain't see the 4240 is what you're telling us.
I didn't say he couldn't run.
Okay.
You know, because anybody getting chased can run.
That's right.
But a 4240, come on now. But I love, and I want to clear something up, and I'm glad I brought his name up. And then, can I get to this?
You can do it.
I'm so amped right now.
For a while.
We ain't even
take your time, man.
Thank you.
We ain't going nowhere.
I want to clear something up with my fans and with the people that have seen this interview. Something was asked about Cat Williams and myself, and I said Cat did something for my brother that I would never. No one can ever say nothing bad about Cat to me. And let me say good morning to all of America. Cat has a great heart. A lot of people just don't understand him sometimes, but there is a great heart and a great young man in there, and he helps people out without thought process. Meaning, I ain't got to know what your problem is, but I know this would help you monetarily.
A lot of people say that, by the way, too.
Yeah,
especially comedians.
Cat did something for me. Oh, I'm trying not to get emotional. Cat did something for me that had nothing to do with monetary value. It has something to do with the way your heart has been built. My brother, who was in a wheelchair, we were doing a show in Detroit. And my brother, the way he was sitting, he couldn't come back to meet everybody. And I can't remember because I didn't remember it at first. People think Cat gave some money to my brother. For what? I got money. Cat did something that most humans wouldn't do without thinking. He went and sat and talked to my brother while everybody else was backstage meeting everybody. He talked to him.
Wow.
So you saw your brother. You saw
him physically, went out there and talked to this young man. That's why can't nobody tell me nothing bad about Cat. No matter whatever other demons may be going on, you can't talk to me about it. That's not my lane for that. My lane is what he did for my brother, without which money could never compare to. You understand me?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to clear that up. It had nothing to do with money. Had every bit to do with this brother's heart.
Right.
His brother's heart was. So I just wanted
to salute the Cat. That means a lot.
It means more than a lot.
Absolutely.
Now, you said you wanted to clear up. The people think you and Cat have beef, or you and Cat have
No. Everybody, like you said, everybody, especially comedians, think that everything's about monetary value. That he's throwing out money. No, he threw out his heart. He didn't throw out money. He threw out his heart that made my brother probably thought he was standing up and walking again.
Dope.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why.
I know exactly what you mean. I know people who've done that for other people. Like, didn't give them no money, didn't put them in a movie or anything like that, but just showed up for them. I say that about, Issa Rae all the time. Issa Rae showed up for one of my, homegirls when she was going through them. My homegirl did ultimately, take her life a couple years later, but when Issa showed up for her, rest in peace, Jasmine Waters, when Issa showed up for her, I know what that did for her and her spirit. So for all we know, that might have kept her alive, for just a couple more years. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I get exactly what you're saying.
We're still kicking it with comedian Arnez J. His new special, Not Gonna Stop, is streaming on YouTube now. You've been compared to legends like Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. You heard that before, I'm sure.
Yeah, and Flip Wilson.
Why do you think Arnez J hasn't, like he said, done the special in 10 years, took off the way that these comedians named that I said? Is it because you balance family life a lot better?
That's an excellent question, and also you just gave a great answer. I was already into a family when I got into this. That couldn't stop. Did I want to be famous? Of course. That's why you get into this. But then I smartened up and realized, do I want the fame, or do I want stability down the road? Give me the stability. You keep the fame. I know a whole bunch of famous broke people. But I got my fans who have never let me down. My special right now, within 5 days, it was at 1 million views. 5 days. That don't happen.
2 million views, 2 months.
But we're at 27 days. We're at 2 million views. I can only thank God Almighty. And there's people out there that care about me. That's why I give when I'm on stage, I give everything that I have, whether it's one person on stage or it's 10,000 in the arena. I give everything that I have because I'm not afraid to fail. I'm afraid to let my fans down. People work hard for their money. I'm your comic relief. They need that pressure taken off of themselves. So when comedians beef with each other, some of it's legit, some of it's not. Anything that I do, I do it in front of your face, and then have you want to handle it after that.
You know, it's an interesting question Envy asked, but I think one thing people don't realize about comedians, guys like you make money. Like I done seen you a couple of times. You don't even know because I was a youngster back then. Like Columbia, South Carolina. Township Auditorium.
What you doing in Columbia, South Carolina?
I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Born in Charleston, raised in Moncks Corner.
You from Gucci Land?
Yes, sir. Gucci Land. Absolutely.
I'll tell you, Gucci Land. My bad.
Like you would hear Arnez J name all the time. Arnez J gonna be at the Township Auditorium. Or, Arnez J gonna be at the Gilliard Auditorium. So I've personally seen you on stage years ago.
Thank you.
So you think about that's what. I've been doing radio 27 years.
Yeah.
So your career has been longer than that.
Yeah. It's been almost 35.
That's what I'm saying. So guys like you've been on the road. Y'all on the road making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a weekend.
That's like, don't count my money now.
No. Oh, but that is one thing I hate. Do not look in my pockets. And that's anybody with me, working with, do not look in my pockets. Most comedians or of certain status, I feel, would rather have females working for them than men. You know why?
Why?
Because we're men. We're alphas. You want to be the top dog. You want to be that alpha male. Why are you making all this money? I need to make more. Most of the time, women, they're not in competition with you. They're there to do a great job. So when they do their job, it makes it easier on you. A lot of comedians have a woman that will open up for them. It doesn't matter to me whether you're a woman or a man. I've had both. But it's most, and if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I don't think I am.
I'm going to take that clip and put it out of context. I just want you to know that.
You go do what you want.
What's the woman part? I don't care if it's a man or woman. I had both.
Yeah. No, you can do that. You can do that because I got contacts too. You see how I don't run away from that? You see how I don't run away from that? You in my lane. So I'm going to put you back in your lane. So do whatever you want because by the time I'm done, you and DJ Envy will have slept with each other. So now you do that if you want to.
But you ain't the first to say that though. No, you ain't the first to say that.
Yeah, but the way I'm going to do it. The way I'm going to do it. I said, why you think he's smiling, his lip turned pink automatically? That's blood rushing up in there. You crazy? You crazy? That's that Cuda blood. That's that Cuda blood. Why you think Charlamagne looks like an Egyptian? With them eyebrows. Anybody? Goddamn eyebrows. I know somebody done sprayed air mark up in there. Looking like an Egyptian.
It's natural, man.
Definitely not natural. You play with them eyebrows.
Yeah, man, you go with that. Can I curse on here? Go with that. That's when you know you done had it done. Because the dye done set in, so he trying to wipe it.
I wipe it off when it's natural.
Around here. Around here.
That's natural. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, you know how that happened. How come you the only human that's natural? And all the other Egyptians had that done. Why don't my eyebrows look like that? And
you ain't get them done.
Huh?
You ain't get yours done.
I know. You done shot some ink in there. You ain't slick. You done shot some ink or had it threaded, whatever that thing's called.
Nah, I'm not going to lie. When I was young. No, I'm going to tell you why. I used to work in a telemarketing place, and it was two girls, and they told me that Tupac get his eyebrows arched. Nia and Shamira. That's what they named. And I got my eyebrows arched because they told me Tupac did.
Do you know when my mama used to know that I was lying, what she would say?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. I want to ask him about his style of comedy, right?
I wanted to stay in that realm, though, but go ahead. We'll let you go.
When you on stage, you're very animated.
Yes.
Did you study, like, dances or, like,
believe it or not, I modeled in jazz dance for 3 years.
Wow.
Cleo Parker Robertson. And I was always a dancer. I've always been physical. I jumped off my mama's roof one time in a pair of Garanimals underwear and a towel wrapped around my neck, thinking I was Superman trying to grab a tree limb. Jumped straight airborne.
Did you make it?
No. And then I got my behind whooped.
Damn.
After she made sure I was okay. That's what black mamas do.
Yeah. She ain't even check to see if you was trying to kill yourself.
Nah.
Yeah.
All that air left out of me, though. All the wind left.
She beat you immediately after?
I'm just glad I wasn't hard, because I would have broke that little thing. I was kind of high up in the air. See how I mess your mind up with that?
What?
See how I mess his mind up?
You know, in the new special,
Cadillac.
in the new special, Not Gonna Stop Comedy, you said that Prince called you.
He did.
You said his voice sounded sexy.
You said you would let him hit.
Huh?
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
That's see.
You know what, DJ? I know.
He playing with you all day.
I know. I know. I know. I'm gonna have to do. You trying to be slick? Okay. Come on, let him hit. Even though you looking in his eyes, oh, you were locked.
Oh, Charlamagne met him. Couldn't even
You
say a
could not
sentence.
look him in his eyes and leave unless his eyes released you.
He made me stutter, and I don't even know why.
I know why you stuttered. Because your brain was saying, well, so what we going to do? Your brain said, well, okay, you going to let him hit? Or you already looking at your eyes because you already look like an Egyptian. So what you want to do?
He had those too, though. Prince had them eyes like that.
Let me tell you something. Stop.
Yes, he did.
Stop.
Prince eyes.
No.
Prince eyes and Tupac eyebrows.
Wait, who did this on your show?
Oh, Donnell.
And you was in his back. Oh, and Donnell. I heard what you said about me, fam.
What'd he say?
What'd he say?
Well, he was Darnell. I like Darnell, but he was saying, "I'm just going by what was told to me." He was like, "I can't get a job." That 1992 Arnez J out there working every week.
No,
I'm 1992.
Oh wow.
No, man.
If I'm lying, he'll let you know.
Let me call him.
I don't give.
Call CBS.
You think my heart pump water?
No,
you think my heart pump water?
I don't believe he said that.
Okay,
man.
let's find out.
Let's see. Man. He might answer. Let me see if I don't believe Donnell said that.
I
you know, if I'm FaceTiming him, it must be something.
What's up, son?
Let's see. Let me see if
I'm not calling him out. I'm just telling you.
You tell me what you heard.
Tell me what I heard.
He
ain't picking up.
Nope.
Why your phone sounds so sexy?
What did Prince say when he called you?
Arnez. Why are you slurring your S's? He wanted me. He wanted to meet me, and I thought they were joking. I went to meet him, and when I met him, I was in Oakland, California. When I went there, when we first met, he was in rehearsal. Larry Graham was just either getting ready to walk off or walking off. And he saw me and he told me, come on in, because I didn't want to disrespect. I'm up there watching this man in rehearsal, and I'm the only one in the audience.
That's dope.
The only one in the audience. Then he told me to come on stage.
Prince.
Man, Prince is a beast. When I looked in his eyes, like, you're not going to let me leave, are you? You're just going to hold my heart. Dude, I was in such amazement. Then when I saw the wardrobe, the clothes that he was going to wear, I didn't even want my clothes no more. It's my road manager laughing.
Listen, we saw Prince float away.
Dude, I went out and bought me a shirt with the back cut out.
Shut up, man.
Rod, am I lying? I went.
Hey, you wouldn't tell nobody.
I'm here to tell the truth. I went. I don't lie in my interviews.
Where'd you find a shirt with the back cut
It
out?
don't even matter. We was in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Easy to find.
Got you. Got you.
My back was cut out. Think I didn't baby oil back there? I wasn't even a comedian when I went on stage. I'm up here trying to shimmy. With the back cut out.
You know what Charlamagne said? We see him, and it was in the hallway. Charlamagne walks up to him. I'm 7852.
Well, shut up. That's not.
He
what
didn't say
happened.
hello.
What happened,
How you
no,
doing?
What happened
That's the
was
first thing that was on
somebody
Charlamagne's
said
mind.
Prince was in the building. Mind you, it's 6 in the morning. I'm like, Prince in the building. Why would Prince just randomly be in the building?
Did you do this before you went out?
He did.
Charlamagne, did you do that before you went out?
He licked his lips.
You could tell him, bro.
And fixed his eyebrows.
You get that? You licked your eyebrow?
No. What happened
Charlamagne, did you do this?
When we walked out the studio and we went to the hall, he was already walking by. And he saw us and he actually came walking towards us.
Okay, but when he left, did you look at his little ass?
Yes, and I took a picture of him.
He took a picture.
I took a picture of him
Of
as
his
he was
little
walking
ass.
away. Because we asked him to take a picture.
Did it go knock knock?
Listen, am I lying? He was floating.
No, I'm glad
he was floating off the ground.
Yes.
I'm not. And then when I went to go show everybody, I'm like, yo, look, he was floating. The picture was black in my phone. It was just a black box where the picture was. I'm not. Am I lying? Envy saw him. He was right. He was right there. We all saw it. He was walking away because we asked him to take a picture. He was like, "No, I don't want to take a picture." Cool. And as he was walking away, I took a picture of him from behind. And when we looked, he was levitating off the ground a little bit. And I showed them. We all looked at the picture once to see him levitating.
I'm glad you
that
said
shit turned
that.
to a black square.
I'm glad you said that because when he was on stage, you know, he called me up on stage to perform.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to sing with him. And Larry Graham and everybody was up there when he started doing that little move, and I've never seen a pair of 5-inch stilettos move look like he wasn't touching the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was the weirdest thing. So you're not lying.
No, we said it. Nobody believes it. I don't tell the story because nobody believes it. But I seen him take the picture. He showed us, and then it was gone.
Gone.
I said,
It's a
send me
black
the picture.
box.
Send me the picture. Gone.
Like, what the picture went? It's a black box where the picture was.
Spirits. That's all.
Listen,
Spirits.
Why did you and Ricky Smiley have beef, man?
Huh?
I done heard Ricky tell that story. I think he was up here. He told it, and he told it.
Okay, tell me what he told you.
He just said that y'all had beef for 20 years, never spoke, and then y'all randomly saw each other on a plane and ended up sitting next to each other, and y'all squashed whatever issues y'all had.
Well, that's what happened. That's what he told you. That's what happened.
Yo, Arnez is stupid, yo.
You know.
You just did what your mama did. You said,
No. Once you squash or we talk like two grown men, once we do that, then whatever you say without demeaning me and getting away from all of the truth, then that's what happened. We'll leave it at that. That's what happened.
You're a good brother, man. Both of y'all good brothers.
I know he is.
Yeah.
You know, I reach out to him. Both of us have different places in life. You know, I can get along with, believe it or not, I can get along with anybody if you will allow me to get along with you. Plain and simple. And if you want to go the other route and we don't want to get along, I get it. I wish nothing but success for yourself and or your family. Period. This life is too short for us to carry malice in our heart about people.
Yo, you out here talking about OG comedians, man, being disrespectful.
Who's the 1992 comedian?
First off, son, uncross your legs when you're doing them interviews, son. Don't do that, son.
First of all, recognize a pimp, bitch.
I know, because you had your pimp voice the other time. I was like, this about to traffic somebody, son.
That's okay, as long as you don't snitch, we cool.
Nah, yo, and I'm going to tell you, Arnez, you know I don't with nobody. You one of the ones I with. I know this sounds crazy, but when I see you, I'm like, I want this to take me fishing one day. No diddy, son.
We were just talking about that.
So why you on him then? Why are you telling other people?
Why, Darnell?
Arnez, I ain't never on Arnez.
Well,
No. What I said was, and I told him, I said, it wasn't bad what Darnell said. It was just funny. When Darnell said, man, I can't get no damn work out here. 1992 Arnez J working every week. Did you say that?
No, I ain't never say that, son.
Oh, when there's somebody lied?
Yeah, somebody lied. You got to check that. I don't come out. Nah, no way, son. I never said that.
Oh, okay.
Especially with somebody that not used to, but to continue to crush it like you did. No way.
And I have to take your word for that. Plain and simple.
Stop lying on Arnez J. Stop lying on Corey Holcomb, man.
You need to leave that alone.
Peace, son.
You need to leave that alone.
Nah, with Corey, man.
I'm going to tell you one thing about Corey that y'all might not know.
What's that?
That can fight.
I would hope so.
No. Let me get this straight now.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of people that run that yak and can't fight.
Yeah.
That's a legit strong man. I was with him in a gym when he so-called members of a gang or OGs, whatever, were talking and Corey said, well, what you want, basically, dude, let's play ball because he could play some ball. Mm-hmm. He was slamming. Mm-hmm. One of them started talking Corey swung him around like, you know how you swing kids around?
Yeah.
And the rest of them was getting ready to make a move. I jumped in. I said, no, all y'all ain't going to jump on him. And then there was some other comedians set back like little bitches. So let's just keep this real.
Well, I need
Corey's from Chicago.
I need Corey to
Chicago.
confirm this on the 5150 show. I want to hear it. I need to know who the comedians were that didn't jump in.
Corey can thump.
I believe it.
He's a real good dude. If you don't want his type of truth, then don't ask his type of question.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
You
watch
know what?
Arnez J comedy
You know
special,
what?
man.
You know what? You know what?
On YouTube right now. Arnez,
Hey,
you got to come up here more, man.
No, y'all got to ask for me. I will come.
16 years, and this is the first time you've been up here. It's crazy on that.
Because I never thought. I mean, if y'all call on me, I'm gonna come.
I'm gonna give you
I'll
my
sit
number,
in.
man.
You and Tail stop through.
I will sit in. We'll roast everybody out here in a good way.
Word.
In a good way. Yeah, because I don't want you getting yourself in. You don't get in trouble like that no more, huh?
No.
Once in a blue.
Shut up, man. It's the Breakfast Club. Arnez J, thank you for joining us.
Bye, man. It's the Breakfast Club.
Let me cue out this way. Let me cue out this way. Mm-hmm.
Let's get right to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a street fan.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So the moment we have all been waiting for.
What's that?
People have been wanting to see these freak-off tapes in the Diddy trial. Well, did not happen because only the jurors got to see
You
the
a
tapes.
clown. You a clown.
Only the jurors got to see the tapes. Now, if y'all remember, because we've been talking about this for weeks in here, I told y'all in the beginning of this trial, when it first started, they made a rule in court that said when things like this, like the tapes, or even remember when I talked about the screenshots, the photos from the tapes, we were not able to see them. Even the attorney gallery was not able to see them.
Prosecution showing it, right?
Yes, this is the prosecution is still presenting their case, but they're doing this because they want to make sure that nothing leaks out of court. Nothing like it's just very sensitive stuff. But so yesterday,
I'll let you go. Go ahead. And then I'll ask.
So yesterday, the jury got to see some of the freak off tapes, and the way that they did it is they shut down all the monitors in the court. They give the jury headphones, and everybody just sitting there while they're listening to it. So there were some reports that. In some of my friends that were in like the main courtroom area said to me that you could hear kind of like, you know how someone's listening to something in headphones and it's like loud? You could hear little things like little moans here and there.
Like that.
But I don't know how in detail that hearing was. And you don't really know what you're hearing because you can't hear. First of all, the way that you're seated in court versus where the jury is, it's not like you're next to them. So you could be hearing something and you don't know, like you don't know what you're hearing.
So they didn't have a little screen in front of them to watch it. They just had to listen.
The jury got a screen.
Okay.
They could also watch it. So there's men and women on the jury pool. A lot of people were asking questions about how did the jury look while they were watching it because it was played in small like doses. So they played 3 freak off videos. They played like 11 to 12 minutes of each video with the headphones on so that they could listen to the audio. But they're watching it. There was a report from TMZ, and they do have, shout out to Jacob Wasserman, they do have a reporter in the court as well too, and their reporter said that there was a giggle. I was not told about a giggle, but they reported there was one juror that giggled during it, but that people were just watching it. And
did they need a break after? Like, did the jurors be like, I need a bathroom break after?
No, they. So
they were adults. They were adults on that tape.
This man is crazy.
It's the truth. They were adults on the tape.
Yes.
Well, they
and
only
nobody was forced. This is it was consensual.
Yeah,
for
very
course.
much so. But the clips are 11 to 12 minutes, but they're only watching about like 30 seconds of each one, right? So you're not. It's not like they're sitting there watching a whole.
Well, for sure. I mean, because they went on for days apparently. So
exactly.
I know we wouldn't be able to see a whole one.
Yeah, but it was enough to have impact. So I was also told that. Well, first of all, I think that is just really smart. And I talked about this on the podcast, the latest with Loren LoRosa in detail. So make sure you guys go take a listen to today's episode. I thought that it was really smart that the prosecution waited to play the tapes now, because you know that the prosecution is going to be ending their case by Friday, right? So we days out from the prosecution saying, yo, we good, we did enough.
But my question to you is, right?
Yes.
If the freak-offs were consensual, right? And hearing all these testimonies, we're hearing that it was consensual.
How are they able to use them, right?
Yeah, how are they able to use them? Because they're watching, it's like watching porn. They're watching consensual people have sex.
Yep.
It's not like they're saying that, you know, did he tied somebody up or he forced somebody on these tapes or he beat somebody on these tapes. These
it's
were
basically like
consensual
celebrity porn. Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, because you have to think about all the testimony that you've heard up until this, right? Up until this point. Like, even though Diddy's team is alleging that is consensual, you've heard from multiple women. You've heard from...
That said it was consensual.
Well, Cassie said that she did it, but she alleges she did it because she was under the coercion or the force of something that made her not, like, she was being blackmailed. There was different things that she alleges happened that made her do all these things. So technically, I don't know how you argue consent around that, but she's saying, okay, it might come off or be said as if this was consensual, but you got to think about all the things that were up against me.
But that can't be proven in that tape, because she also said that she set some of those freak-offs up.
Yes, but think about it, right? Like, so even in the courtroom, it's quiet as a mouse. You can literally, like, it's so quiet because everybody's trying to hear something. You hear little noises coming from the audio, and you're actually now getting to, you're just putting color to everything that you've heard.
They
if you're a
juror, they didn't need to show them freak-offs.
Like, I mean, you want to. The only reason why I think
if
that
it was consensual, nothing was against the law. He's not being, accused for, beating anybody up on the freak off. They just did that to embarrass him. They just want to show Diddy's penis and Diddy's ass and everybody else's penis and ass.
The only reason I disagree with that is because when you're in that courtroom and you're seeing these women on the stand crying, saying, yo, my life would have been over if I said no. I wouldn't have had a place to live. All these allegations, I would have. When it comes to Cassie, we saw the physical violence that she endured, where she said because of that physical violence, she had no way out. That's what she alleges, right? And then
no
you
way
see,
out. That's a good one. Go ahead.
And then you see what I did there? And then you see the actual, like, here's exactly what she was made to do. So you've got all of the why, and then here's the what, and you put it together, and then boom, you have that's a case.
But if he's not on the tape standing over and saying, do this, or what are you seeing? But you're just seeing consensual sex. So they said most of the time Diddy was in the corner masturbating.
Well, listen, what I will argue
you just wanted to see the tape.
I don't want to see that.
No.
I ain't see it.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just curious.
I will say, please take a listen to the podcast, The Latest with Loren LoRosa, because I get into this conversation because not everything was presented by the government or by the prosecution the way that you wanted, what you're saying, Envy.
I'm just asking.
But I do believe that there is something there, and that's why they show these tapes. Okay. Now, before we get out of here, I have an exclusive that I want to bring, worldwide exclusive. So we have a clips joint, their new album is coming out, Let God Sort Them Out, on July 11th. So we have a worldwide exclusive. This is a new song off of the album. It's called So Be It that we're going to play.
You went to their listening session last night.
I went to their listening session last night.
Where was it at? I mean, what's up?
It was at the Rock Nation offices. Super intimate.
Okay.
It was about a handful of us in there just listening with, Pusha T and Malice and talking through some of the records and just their feeling. And when I tell y'all, I have never been so inspired by music. Like, I left and I was like, man.
So you like the music? You like the music?
I love the music. Okay. I love the full body of work. It's like it's like it starts you one place and it takes you along a ride and then it ends you another place. We did get to hear the Kendrick Lamar verse.
Did you hear the Jay-Z verse?
I don't know nothing about no Jay-Z verse, but I heard the Kendrick Lamar verse.
Okay.
I just just seeing them together, because it's been 15 years,
Who
right?
else is on the album?
I don't know who else is on the album.
I know she's trying to get all sentimental. Like,
I know we got So Be It. We gonna play that. I don't know who else is on the album.
Yo, they got Vado on the album?
Who?
Vado.
I don't know about no Vado.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't know. Right.
So how'd you get this record? Because I called them for a record and they said no. So how did you get this record?
How did you used to get the records?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
I would take them.
Okay,
wait. No DJ.
I'm not a DJ, but we got that record, don't we?
Period. Reach out.
Envy mad, envy
All right,
salty.
Push.
That is Lauren with the latest.
All right, free. I see how
Latest
we do this.
music, latest litigation, all that. Where
All
the
right.
music at?
Donkey of the Day is up next. If you want to give somebody Donkey of the Day, 800-585-1051. What's the name of the record?
The record is So Be It.
It's your time to nominate a donkey of your own.
Remember now, it's how they choose.
Call in now, 800-585-1051.
Hello, who's this?
Cook from Jersey.
Cook, what's up, man? Who you want to give Donkey to, brother?
I guess our so-called president for his birthday parade, military, giving over $100 million for that. Nobody showed up because they was out protesting. He gets the donkey of the week, donkey of the month, donkey of the year.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Absolutely, love y'all.
Love you too.
Hello, who's this?
This is Shelby from Florida.
What's up, Shelby? Who you want to give Donkey today to?
My job, because this is the third time they done messed up on my check and they don't know when they're going to fix it or what's the issue. So this is like, so I'm missing between $500 and $600 now.
How much they took out your check?
$500 to $600.
5 to 6. That's what she said. 5
No,
to 6.
I'm missing between $500 and $600. They not paying me for all the hours I work or my correct premium for overtime.
And what are they
so
saying?
I'm missing between $500 to $600.
When they gonna get?
They don't know what the issue is. They trying to work on it. Thank you for being understanding. Basically, they don't know what's happening.
That's crazy because that's a whole bill.
Yeah, what do you mean?
It is. I know. So it's just a waiting game.
I'm sorry,
for them, but they definitely need it.
I'm sorry, honey.
I'm sorry, mama.
It's okay. Thank y'all for letting me get through because I've been trying to call y'all to get them donkeys for the past few days.
You want to say the company's name?
Blue.
Blue, stop playing with this lady check. Give her money.
Right, the hell?
She mess around and get fired now.
No, I was going to say, damn, they going to remove the whole thing.
I know that.
Her check going to be zero next time.
Hello, who's this?
D from Queens. What's going on, guys?
D from Queens. What part of Queens?
I'm from Queens Village.
Hey, Queens Village, Murdoch and Springfield. What's up? Talk to us. Who you want to give Donkey to?
Black people and Latino people. You just talked about it with the ICE raid. We want to talk about trannies and gays and all of that, especially people from New York. We've been around them our whole life, but for some reason now we want to act like they're the worst people on earth. So we either sat home for the election or voted against our interests. We acted like stupid white people. And look at the result.
I wouldn't say all black and Latino people, sir. There are some people that voted for Trump.
I said enough.
I wouldn't even say enough. I mean, there's a lot of Latinos that voted for Trump.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say enough people because the majority of people I know did not vote for Trump, sir. But I get what you're trying to say.
That's what they said to you. That's what they said to you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, though. But all right, thank you. This is your donkey. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Juve calling in from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, what's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, yo, I'm getting DJ Envy and I'm giving Jesse Donkey of the Day because y'all sitting over there asking those questions about R. Kelly as if y'all don't want to see R. Kelly coming home, man. R. Kelly can come home. Free that man. They doing him wrong. Thank you for Loren for doing her job, getting deep, answering the questions, doing her thing. Thank you for that, DJ Envy and Jesse. Y'all ass gonna be mad and when y'all get to see R. Kelly walk through those gates home free, getting the health care that he needs, man. Y'all see everybody come home, he will be free.
First of all, I am not spearheading the free R. Kelly movement. I just want to make that very clear.
Hey, it ain't, listen, they let Bill Cosby come home. They know what they doing, man. They wouldn't try to hold that man keep solid.
Do not make me the face of that.
No, hey, man, if I was involved in anything in this, I wasn't the only one. Same as Diddy. But guess what, though? He a black man. Shall be free. He being wrong, done wrong inside the justice system. That shall be proven. Just ass sitting over there looking like an old ass court lawyer don't want to see a man come home, man. He coming home. Free that man.
All right, Juvie. You got kids, and we're going to send them right to your house first.
Yeah, period.
So I just found out that Juvie and our very own Loren LoRosa are spearheading the free R. Kelly movement. That's pretty dope.
No, I am not. No, I
That's
am
what
not.
he just said.
No,
That's what he just said.
That's what he said.
That's what he
when
said.
Up here. He
That
gave us
wasn't
Donkey
good.
today because he said, and you did your job. He thanks you so much for doing your job and putting it out there that this man needs to come home today.
That's right.
For asking questions. All I did was ask questions and report information. I am not spearheading no movement. I don't got nothing to do with that little two-step on out of that wherever you come from.
Step in the name of the love.
Nothing to do with me.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, my name is Drea. I'm calling from Georgia.
What's up, Drea from
Here in
Georgia?
Georgia.
What's up?
What's up?
Who you want to give Donkey to?
I I'm gonna get a donkey of the day to people that use delivery apps and they don't be tipping the driver for their convenience, they gas and time. Cause why are you doing it?
You know what is? I'll be honest with you, Drea. I got into it with somebody the other about a month ago about this, right? And this is the point that I'm confused. So when you order a Uber Eats or DoorDash or any of those services, right? They put a delivery fee there, right? Then they put a service fee. So the delivery fee sometimes be $4. The service fee is $2. That's $6. So now I got to pay for the food and tip and tax
and priority if you want your food before an hour.
$2.99,
which is also and it's $4
so
now.
Don't be mad when people just throw $1 tip because they think that you already got a $4 delivery fee,
exactly,
a $2 service fee, $2.99 priority, and you want more money? Like that's a lot. Come on, Dre.
Absolutely. Because you still using this app. This app got to pay for itself and me, and you don't go out to eat and don't pay. You still tip your server.
Who gets the delivery fee?
Like, what do you mean? I'm already there, sitting there. Nobody gotta, you know what I'm saying? Nobody gotta go out and drive my food to me.
That fee is in the food.
Delivery fees in the food?
No, she said she's sitting down already. You paying them like bills and water bills?
You're damn right. You paying yours too, ain't you?
Yeah, that's why I need y'all to tip.
Or you could just get another job because they ain't gonna pay you like you want to be paid. They need to break y'all off. You can't get mad at us. They need to break y'all off some more money.
See, I don't mind tipping for service, but I do mind when I order on those apps and then you look and your meal is $20.
Right.
And then they charge you $4 delivery fee, $2 for service fee, $2.99 for priority. What are you paying for? Who gets that money?
So when yours automatically selects the tip, you change it. You put a custom tip in.
You're damn right.
Absolutely.
Until I get my food, then you can add more.
Right.
Oh, because you want to see how your service is.
Correct.
Yeah,
I don't never get. Man, I'm glad they got that now because I used to over tip before, and then I get my food and it's somebody else's food, or it came too late, or it's something missing, and I can't take the tip back. So I tip a little bit in the beginning, and then depending on the service, I tip you a lot more after.
I could feel that as long as y'all tip.
Hell yeah.
Some people don't tip, and I used to work a job where I only made money off tips, so I feel the pain.
Yeah, I never not tip.
But I think servers need to really go with it with Uber Eats and DoorDash, right? Because the fact that they charge $4 and y'all not getting that $4, that's disrespectful.
That's crazy.
That's disrespectful.
Yep.
But anyway, Donkey of the Day, 800-585-1051. Charlamagne was out, so if you wanted to give Donkey of the Day, you could have called us up. Now, when we come back, running for the mayor of New York City is Michael Blake. He worked with Barack Obama, and he's from the Bronx. So we're going to talk to him next why he wants to jump into this crazy-ass race in New York City. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. LoRosa is here as well. We got a special guest in the building. He's running for mayor of New York City. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Blake. Welcome, brother.
What's good? What's going on, y'all?
How you feeling?
Oh, man. Another day above ground's a blessed day. We rocking right now.
That's right. For people that don't know who you are and your background, give them a quick rundown of who Michael Blake is.
Born and raised in the Bronx, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Public schools K through 12, PS 79, 118 Dewitt Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go a step back. Full name is Michael Alexander Blake. So for the Jamaican massive,
as soon as you said Alexander, they knew exactly.
They ready to understand Bustamante vibes. They ready to understand what's going on out here right now. Everybody has a Winston, Larrington, or Dexter in their family right here, right? Or Donovan. Grew up here. Left, went to Northwestern. Studied journalism. My mom, blessings to my mom. 40 years she worked at a manufacturing plant. Raised 4 boys. My dad, God rest his soul, was the janitor at St. Barnabas. And after Northwestern, life was changed forever when I was trained by this man named Barack Obama. I was one of 10 in the Yes We Can program. They trained us on how to run races. Went out to Michigan. We won races in Michigan, and then rocked with them. Life was changed from there. I always joke I was the other black man in Iowa with him right there, right? And then after Iowa, 7 more states. Went to the White House with him for 2.5 years, ran all his black outreach, minority business outreach, and then I came back home because I wanted to help my people. Quite frankly, I wanted to show these young cats on the block that you can grow up on the block and still make it, go to the White House and come home. Came back home, was elected to the Assembly for 6 years. My Brother's Keeper program for boys and young men of color, prompt pay bill, raised the age. Khalif Browder was our constituent, but now it's about doing more. So I'm a husband. I'm a bonus father. Just had my first Father's Day as a bonus dad, so that's been a blessing right there. Much love to the fathers all here. I'm an alpha. I'm a Mason. I'm a Reverend. We decided to do something special.
Now, why'd you putting your hat into this New York City race?
I think I'm the best one prepared right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the biggest thing people are facing is affordability. New York is it's crazy expensive, right? And at the end of the day, I got a full agreement right now. And if we want to be serious about changing the game when it comes to cost of living, then there's specific things we have to do. We have to have ending credit scores. Credit scores being used for housing applications doesn't make sense. We need to increase income limits on these housing applications as well. We need a local median income because area median income is not working. It doesn't make any sense that you have Westchester, Suffolk, and Rockland County in the calculation. That doesn't make sense at all. And then when we think about what's happening, I do believe you need to have someone who has White House, State House, and local experience. And I have all three because we're watching the foolishness of Trump. And people are understandably scared every day, whether it be in New York or LA or anywhere in between. And so I jumped in because I want to show people, yes, you can have the next generation of black leadership. Yes, you can have someone who is qualified at all the levels. Yes, you can have someone who's actually focused on affordability in a very real way. And let's be clear, you got to talk about how you're going to pay for all this. And I said there should be a vacant apartment tax for people that are not living in New York City. We should, focus on the NYPD excessive overtime. You got $1.4 billion in that. We can do things to actually pay the bills and actually make sure we change the game at the same time. And that's why I say to folks, if you're looking for the candidate who can do that, you should be ranking Michael Blake first for mayor.
How did you feel about how Mayor Eric Adams were in New York?
Well, I wouldn't be running if I thought he was doing his job. He spent more time trying to stay out of jail than actually helping people. Right?
What do you think he did good, if anything, and what would you change immediately that you didn't like what he did?
How much time we have?
We got a little bit of time.
Look, I think how many things can you change? You have a scenario where you had unconstitutional stop and frisk on the rise. You had a culture of corruption. You had a dynamic where they were trading dynamics when it comes to ICE raids for him to, again, stay out of jail. That's not me saying that's just the reality. You have 1 out of 8 New York City public school students are homeless. Costs are going up. The list goes on and on. I think that you have a scenario where there was great talent hired in. I think sometimes what happens is that the very select few who made a lot of mistakes cast a shadow on everything else. But you can't ignore that when you have a dynamic where people were getting promotions because of sex deals at NYPD and people getting paid off. That's nonsense, right? And real talk, it makes it harder for all of us that are black that are trying to do some things. Because you go in these conversations like, well, I'm not sure if the city's ready for the next thing. No, it is. We are not him. And if we want to talk through how do we do this differently, then you got to change the game on this.
Now, I got to ask you, what the hell is cross-endorsing, right? Because it came out today that you are cross-endorsing Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? That's kind of, it feels like, look, we go into battle together, but we going to be friends while we do it? Like, what is cross-endorsing? You break it down.
That's the vibes right there. So 11 of us are Democrats running the primary.
Correct.
Because we have ranked choice voting, which started 4 years ago.
What is ranked choice voting for people that don't know?
So in New York City, you don't have to and you shouldn't just vote for one person. You should actually rank 5 people. So whoever is your first choice when you go to vote, which if that means if you vote an absentee or if you vote in early voting goes to the 22nd, or if you wait till the 24th. Your first choice, you should circle it. This is my first choice. Your second choice,
Why?
all the way through. Because now the only way someone can win is if you get 50% plus 1 of votes. So whoever is the lowest vote getter in the first round gets knocked out. If Envy says, you know what, Michael Blake is my first choice, and then, Raven Robinson is my second choice, and Hannah is my third choice, Michael Blake gets knocked out, then Raven then gets the vote. So it actually gives the voter of New York more power. Because back in the day, if you only voted for one person and that person doesn't make it through a runoff, then you're done.
Right.
So what we're saying right here, in particular when it comes to Zoran and I talk about affordability the most, right? We're real clear on if we're serious about the number one issue that New York is talking about is that it is crazy expensive in the city. So who has the plans around that? And I've said I'm making it clear. I think Zoran is going to be my number 2. I'm ranking him as my number 2. Grateful that he is cross-endorsing us as well, because he's also making it clear we got to break from the corruption of Cuomo, and we got to make it clear that you can address affordability. You can do both, right? So we're going to still figure out who's the rest of the ballot. I think I'm pretty clear on the rest of that team, because you have other great candidates. Adrian Adams, Zelno Mari, Brad Landa, they're out here, doing their thing. But I want to make it very clear to New York City, you should rank Michael Blake first, especially for all the folks out here who are still trying to make the decisions. But then the cross endorsement is saying, I want you to know that there are other people on the team that I also want to make sure are on your ballot.
We're still kicking it with Michael Blake. He's running for mayor of New York City. Why don't you like Cuomo? I mean, I've seen you taking shots at Cuomo in his past and all the things that he did. What's your major problem with Cuomo?
I mean, 15,000 people died in COVID nursing homes because of policies that he did for a book deal. You had 13 women who credibly said that he sexually assaulted them and had a toxic environment. You have a dynamic where he said shuck and jive in 2008 and made it seem like it wasn't about Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the only black candidate that was real in that scenario. He consistently is laying out all the bad things about other people and is actually not talking through what is good right here. Closed hospitals when it comes to addressing the mental health crisis. So, we don't need to go back to a name just because you recognize the name. It's now time to change the game. And so I'm saying to folks, here's the difference you have. He's saying that. When I talk about public safety, I'm saying there should be 1,000 mental health professionals instead of NYPD, because the NYPD will tell you they weren't trained on doing that. You want to help these kids? We should have civics, financial literacy, and mental health for every student before they graduate. You actually want to help people with their housing? Let's talk about what's going on with credit scores and income limits. And at the end of the day, Andrew Cuomo, who, real talk, wasn't even living in New York City for a minute. I mean, he pretty much was in Westchester the whole time. Now is saying I should come back because he thinks he's the best option? No.
How can you eliminate credit scores for apartments and home ownership, right? Sounds amazing, but I think you and I both know that anytime you go to fill out a loan, whether it's a housing loan, a bank loan, an apartment loan, the number one thing they check is credit score. Number 2 is probably your if you actually have a job and your pay stub.
And sometimes for good reasoning too, just to see kind of what your payment history is like and all of that stuff. I get.
Yeah.
You answer the question first and then I'll come back because I'm thinking about it out loud. Go ahead.
Credit scores is a recent thing. That started in 1989. This is not something that was back in the day. We had many ways to assess how someone was able to pay their rent and their mortgage. The notion that a credit score, which could be impacted because you missed a phone bill, a credit card bill 20 years ago, is more important than are you paying your rent consistently.
Oh, I agree with you.
It doesn't make any logical sense.
You could have one bad month,
and then
as an entrepreneur,
and it's a wrap.
Anything, one bad month, somebody steals your ID. Anything happened one bad month, and your credit's down in the drain. And I think that's sucks. Yes.
And the reality is, I'm gonna actually go back to one of your earlier questions. This is one of the things that Eric has done well that needs to be expanded upon. We're not assessing these credit scores on some of these HPD units right now in New York City. So it's not an argument that we can't do it. It's a choice. So, transparently, I'm on the board of Ready Life, which is this is why I learned about it, chaired by, Dr. Bernice King, led by Ashley Bell, where it was okay, let's use some common sense. What is the best way to determine if you can pay your rent or mortgage on time? Have you paid your rent and mortgage on time? That's more important than did I do something else? So to me, if we actually want to help more people have a chance, eliminate that completely across the board, and then assess, okay, how do I help you? But then the second piece is you have to do, we got to increase the income limits on these housing applications. Because what's happening right now is you either have to be really rich or poor enough to get access to a home, and then people getting boxed out. The reason why so many people are leaving the city, because housing and childcare. So to me, if there's anything that someone's trying to think through, what is the main policy I want to make happen? And credit scores when it comes to housing applications. Expand that out. You do that, which we know we can do because the city is doing it to a limited degree. Increase the income limits, do that, and then have a local median income. That out the gate changes the game. And each of those 3 are happening in other places. The only reason why we're not doing it right now is lack of leadership. And if you're asking someone, right now, I'm struggling to pay these bills. I'm trying to figure out how to make this all happen. But my life is going to be impacted by something I forgot to pay 20 years ago. That's crazy.
What's your relationship with President Barack Obama now? How's your relationship?
Still my dude. He consistently been a blessing to me.
What's been his advice when he knows that you're running for this? Because he's face some of the things that you facing now. That he was far behind at one time.
Yeah.
So what is his opinion to you?
Be very clear about why you're running and giving people choice and contrast, right? That you can't just talk through big ideas. You got to make it clear to folks that there's a difference, right? Thinking about this here. We were in Iowa. There was a point he was down like 30. He flew in, got everybody together, and he told this story about how he was at the St. Patrick's Day parade running for U.S. Senate, and he was the last entering the parade. And so what that meant was that everybody was saying Barack Hussein Osama, saying wild things, and they were a little drunk, so people saying wild things. Year later, same parade, he was the Grand Marshal. And he was like, if you put in that work and you make it clear around choice and contrast, then people will remember. And I always took that, and he stays with that. It's like when people voted for him, he said, I'm going to end the war. I'm going to get you health care. Make it real clear on your big ideas. Then everyone's can rock from that. And that's why I'm being consistent in the same way. When I talk through credit scores, we talk through 1,000 mental health professionals, we talk through civics, because when you have so many people in the race, if you don't give people that clear choice, then the easy thing is just pick a name you've seen before, right? And it stays with me. I mean, the screensaver that I have is when we brought him to the Bronx. We launched My Brothers Keep Alliance in the Bronx. And he would joke with me. He was trying to give me a shout out. I was trying to be cool. He said, the president says your name, stand up, get TV time. He still is in that same zone of follow the vision, make it clear, but make it clear about choice and contrast.
Okay. Well, get out there and vote for the last thing. Tell people why they should vote for Michael Blake.
Michael Blake is the only candidate saying the truth around ending credit scores for housing applications. Michael Blake's the only one that is out here saying that we need 1,000 mental health professionals instead of NYPD. Michael Blake's the only one that's saying civic, financial literacy, and mental health for these kids. I'm the only one that was that truth teller on that stage. Not afraid of Trump, not afraid of Cuomo, not afraid of any of the noise. If you want someone who has the ability to change the game at all levels, and you want the handsome Jamaican who actually comes from the Bronx right now, right, who can talk about hip-hop and talk about housing at the same time, I want to be your first choice. And if I'm not your first choice, I want to be your second choice. But most importantly, I want to be on your ballot. That's why Michael Blake should be your mayor.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Michael Blake, do your research, and if they want to donate to your campaign, how can they do that?
Oh, man, much love on that. Go to the website, BlakeForNYC.com, BlakeForNYC.com. You can sign up to donate. You can sign up to volunteer. We have offices all across the city. Our headquarters is in the Bronx at 1 Bruckner Boulevard, but we have satellite offices on 5 boroughs. And just, again, remember, everybody, fill out the ballot. Don't just rank me first. Fill out all 5 spots of your 5 choices. That makes it a point that your candidate is going to win.
It's Michael Blake. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good luck.
Appreciate you.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fan.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes you have facts, sometimes you have details, sometimes you have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So, guys, The Breakfast Club has John B. saying that he regrets for criticizing Chloe Bailey over that song that she did with Gunna when she remade They Don't Know with Gunna.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a listen. John B. sat down with my homegirl, Shirley Jew. Shout out to Shirley for Shirley's Temple.
Yeah, Shirley. Shirley Young. Oh,
she young.
Okay. Hey,
And
Shirley, go ahead.
And I'm sure she don't look how you think, but I'll show you.
Okay.
Because you think she an older black lady.
All I see is gray hair, big bifocal glasses.
No, I'm gonna show you my homegirl Shirley. She be out here.
You might have to explain to people who John B is, just in case they don't know.
Just in case y'all don't know. Y'all don't know who John B is. That they don't know.
Don't do that.
Legendary R&B singer. Just make sure you
have
tell
some
people
John
just in case.
Okay. I'm so that's
his
crazy.
hit song. They don't know.
Exactly.
I'm just making sure.
Yes.
Wow, Envy. Okay.
Just making sure.
Well, anyway, now that y'all know who John B is, I'm sorry, I thought everyone knew.
Yes.
So he sat down with Shirley. Let's take a listen to what he said.
It does get sampled every year, by someone. Last year was Gunna and Chloe Bailey. That's right. They put that Ratchet record out that I couldn't stand.
Oh, man. Damn.
And I wish they never did. Actually, never got my rights to do that record either. So we gotta holler about that.
That's some business to take care
of. That's some business you gotta handle. But yeah, I mean, you know what? it's all a compliment to what we did. Sure. That's Tim and Bob compliment. That's me compliment. But at the same time, my lane is my lane, and my area is my area, and I earned that.
No doubt.
Just like if you made a hit in your area and you do your song, whatever it is, I'm not gonna just come into your area, take your joint, and make it mine.
So that was not the clip that we were supposed to play, but that was important because those were the original comments that John B made that pissed people off.
Correct.
People were upset. Yes, he was on an R&B podcast. He had sat down and talked about this song, and people were mad. They felt like that he was dragging Chloe and Gunna. So I
haven't heard the song in a while, though. Do we have it?
We do have the song. Let's take a listen to the actual song that he is responding to.
Don't listen to what people say. I don't know about you and me. Keep it out your mind, cause it's jealousy. They don't know.
Oh, nah, yeah.
I mean, John B's a singer, so you would understand why he's upset. Like, he's a singer.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
Maybe I'm just for the YN R&B because
maybe I'm just
for
for the Chloe part of it all because she's a singer. She's a vocalist. Maybe Gunna shouldn't have been the one that did his rendition of John B. I don't know, but I get why he's saying that. I get why he said it, how he said it after hearing it.
Yeah, so after that song and after John B was on the Can We Talk R&B podcast and making those comments, we had Chloe Bailey here on the Breakfast Club and she reacted to it. Let's take a listen to her reaction. How do you deal with critiques? Because I know John B came out and that was like a whole thing when he said that you and Gunna's song that you remade of his, They Don't Know, was ratchet. And people were upset at him for saying that. Like, how did you feel about that?
John B is an incredible artist. If that song didn't exist, we couldn't sample it. So I love what Gunna and I did to it. And, I'm sad he feels that way. But, hey, everyone has opinions.
He also said it didn't get cleared. I was like, it had to get cleared.
Yeah, that...
I mean, it had to get cleared for it to be sold.
Chloe said, don't ask me, baby. That was just a feature.
So that clip right there is what John B has now responded to. Let's take a listen to John B regrets criticizing the song.
What was your reaction when you heard Chloe and Gunna's You and Me?
I regretted how I spoke on it the first time because I wasn't used to being on podcasts. First of all, I didn't do a lot of podcasts. So I was sort of new to that whole thing of speaking my truth in a way.
We like your truths.
Yeah, but also I'm really trying to represent myself in a way that I want to be remembered.
Sure.
You know? Recently, I was just on a podcast. The lady that interviewed me played me her reaction to her being told that I didn't like their song. It hurt me because I was like, man, that could be my daughter right there. You know what I mean? Like, it hit different because I never want to come off like a hater.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think it comes off as a hater. It's he wrote the record, he sang the record. If he feels a way about the record, I mean, you could talk about Keisha Cole. You remember for a long time, Keisha Cole would not clear love. She was like, no, I'm not clearing love. She was mad at OT Genesis for re-singing it. But then when Glorilla did it over, she loved it. So it's, if you wrote it, it's your property. You could have an opinion on people remaking your stuff.
And then I feel like, if you're going to sample something, do it right. That's a certain way. You know what I mean? You can't sample something and it be trash. And then you expect the originator to be like, oh yeah, I'm for it. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't feel like...
Y'all didn't like the song?
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. No, I don't like Gunna's rendition of the chorus.
It was cool, but it can't touch John B.
It can't. Yeah.
Well, I do want to mention because Charlamagne asked in our clip about the sampling. So in this interview too, John B does mention that he said that they did reach out for the sample to be clear, but it was once it was already out, and he said that his issue with that was that he likes to, like you said, he just likes to know what's happening and he likes to be in control of it.
For sure.
Yes.
Rightfully so.
But yeah, so, that's us getting some things going again, as always.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Laura now. Let's get to the mix. 800-585-1051. We're going to start off with this Clips record. All right. This is a Loren exclusive, not an Envy exclusive, a Loren exclusive. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, I want to salute to everybody in Winnipeg. I'm going to be in Winnipeg on Friday.
Nice.
That's Canada, so I'm going to be DJing out there. I haven't been out there in a while, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm heading up to Albany on Saturday. So I'm all over the place this weekend. I'm back outside. It's summer.
Busy.
I'm back outside.
This your season. The girls ain't got dance. The kids ain't got soccer.
So you know what it is.
You
Yes.
outside.
Yes.
Hey, that's
no more dance, dad. No more soccer, dad. We outside.
It's my season.
Free.
That's
He
right.
is a free.
I'm free.
Yes.
I am free. Yeah, so I'm outside. And you outside this weekend too.
I am. I'll be in Buffalo, New York at the Helium Comedy Club. We got 2 shows on Friday and 2 shows on Saturday. Get your tickets if you have not yet. VIP is almost sold out for both nights. I'm doing meet and greet at the late shows on each night. So that's the 9 o'clock show on Friday, 9:30 show on Saturday. Get your tickets if you haven't yet. And I want to give a big shout out to my event I had yesterday, Dads on the Green. It was a success. Shout out to Fulton Bank. They had a great team come out and educate and inform dads on financial literacy. Manna Dispensary was also another one of my sponsors. They're doing a lot of great things in the community. And Operation Hope, a team member from Operation Hope came to help entrepreneurs with business coaching and small business loans and things like that. And we had a lot of dads, man. A lot of dads who needed that. It was dope, man. A lot of guys bought their dads, and the older guys, man, to watch them dance. My dad, my husband's dad came out, and I even had like a couple people share their stories, man. It's a lot of things that fathers are going through, man. So, just when you shouting out the moms, don't forget the dads,
there you
man.
go.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. When we come
I'm
back,
places this weekend too.
Oh, where you at?
Where you at, Lolo?
Y'all know. A couple places.
Yeah, court.
No, not on the weekend.
Okay.
Not on the weekend. No, I'm actually in Envy. I'm in your hood. I'm in Queens, so
Hey.
I'm going to be working with the Rockaway YMCA organization,
What day is that?
and this is Saturday, June 21st. So Rockaway YMCA and Child Center of New York, they're doing an HBCU homecoming community day for all of the community. So I'll be there hosting that. And then this weekend, I'm excited about this HBCU Week, which is an organization that sends kids to colleges on full ride scholarships, created by Black women. Shout out to Ashley Christopher. Is honoring me at the HBCU Week Award Gala. Me, Anthony Anderson, and a few other people as well will be there.
Okay.
So shout out to them. And the gala raises money for the scholarships and the organization itself. So we'll be there. So I'm outside this weekend, y'all. I'm not in court.
Okay, I'm not in
She's
court.
so happy she's
Thank
not in
you.
court.
And salute to everybody that's celebrating Juneteenth. I know Loren and I are hosting a panel at the American Dream on Thursday for Juneteenth. So salute to the American Dream. And then I'm heading to Queens, a park that I grew up in, Roy Wilkins Park. They're doing like a whole huge celebration. It's free for everybody out there.
Nice.
They're going to have jumpies. They're going to have performances. I'm going to DJ. And I'm bringing a bunch of special guests with me to perform out there just for the kids. It's absolutely positively free. So I know Bass Swag is one of the artists I'm going to bring. It's a bunch of people in town. Lugo Cat. I'm going to bring a bunch of Queens artists and a bunch of people just from New York to come and do something special for the kids.
That's
so
fire.
I'm a DJ, and we're going to have a lot of fun. That's this Thursday out at Roy Wilkins Park. So I can't wait to see you guys going back home to my borough of Queens. Now, you got a positive note?
I do. Let's stand together in solidarity. What they gonna do if we all stop paying our taxes, y'all?
You're bugging. You're
Yo.
bugging. I know they listen. That was Jess Hilarious.
What they gonna do?
That wasn't DJ MV Rashawn Casey, whatever you want
I
to call
just
me.
got a job. I'm paying all my taxes.
my
Every
taxes.
single cent.
Come
I'm
get 'em.
sitting down on business on that one. Sis.
But that was a quote. It wasn't mine. It came from somebody I know. So
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Y'all finished or y'all done?